So you got into college. Now what?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the tea on college. Everything from school to boys, the boys, sis, the boys, to parties, to being involved, to your stress, to your mental state, everything in between, sis. We're going to be talking about that today. So if you guys are interested in the tea on college, then keep watching. It's tea with a little side of cream and sugar, sis. If you want to, sip on the tea, then keep watching. So for move-in, so I'm going to be doing a whole video on move-in day and what you need to pack and what you don't need to pack. So I'm going to keep this one real short, cute, and simple, and just say do not overpack, because 9 times out of 10 you really don't need it. Like for me personally, my parents didn't let me drive my car my first year, so I literally overpacked everything. Like literally, like I had triples of like beauty products. It was like, what if I run out and I can't go to the store? Okay, cute. And then by the end of the year, when I had to move out, I still had all these extra products that I didn't use. I was literally like, oh my god, I have to move all of this stuff out. Like, I'm not understanding. What do you mean I have to take all this home? I was on the phone with my friend and while he was moving out, and he literally had a lawn chair. Like, Jordan, what did you need that for? He had his high school track spikes. I was literally like, okay, I thought I did the most. You went there, and you didn't need to. You did the most. So next we're gonna be talking about school. So my biggest tip, what I wish I would have known, is I should have taken summer classes the summer before I went to college. I didn't know that was even possible. I mean, I knew you could do concurrent in high school, but I didn't know you could do like college classes before you went to school. Like I didn't know that, and so I should have done that, because I could have gotten hella credits out the way that I wasted paying that good money. If you're like going to college this fall, this doesn't really apply to you, but if you're just watching to watch and you are going to be a senior next year, definitely take college classes the summer before. My next tip is to don't take too many classes. I know people are like, I want to get in and get out in 4 years or less, but honestly, do not overwhelm yourself, because this is a completely new environment. You don't know what to expect. You don't know the course load. You do not know how hard college classes are, especially at a university. So I just wouldn't recommend taking more than like 15-ish classes, because that's like a good amount to where you're definitely a full-time student. You definitely have a full course load. I know people that took like 19 credit hours their first semester. I'm like, how did you do that? Like seriously. I think I took like 14, or I think I took anywhere between 12 and 14, and that was like perfect for me, because it allowed me to still be social on campus, still have a life. I wasn't too stressed out. Okay, so my next tip is to walk your classes before your semester starts. So usually move-in day is like a few days before like classes start. So I would definitely recommend you go and walk your classes, because chances are you're gonna get lost. You're on a big campus. There are so many buildings that look alike. You don't know which one is Fulgur. You don't know which one is Beyonce Hall. Like, you just don't know. And you need to know, okay, so this one's like literally right down the hall for me, so I can literally roll out of bed in my pajamas and brush my teeth and make sure to get those eye boogers out, like, and I can get there in 5 minutes. Or I'm gonna have to wake up 30 minutes early, because 15 minutes of that is gonna be making myself look somewhat decent, and the other 15 minutes is gonna be me hauling my ass to the other side of campus. So my next tip is, because classes, like, your schedule is different. It's not like high school where you have 6 hours of the day straight. Every single day is the same. You go and you do your after school activity, and then you go home and you do homework and you study, whatever. It's not like that. Your Mondays are completely different from your Tuesdays, and that means you have different times to study. So sometimes your Monday classes might not start until 12 p.m. but you don't get done until 5. So you can either choose to wake up early and study and do homework before that class, or you can study in the evening. And then sometimes your Tuesdays and Thursday classes start at 9 a.m. but you get done at like 12. So then you can literally go home and take a nap and wake up rejuvenated and do your homework. Plan the best time to take naps and when to study. That's what I did. I personally like doing my homework and studying at night. I don't know, I'm a night person, but sometimes it is cool to just knock out my homework during the day and then I can just, watch Netflix. Because what else am I gonna do? My next tip is to choose your favorite study place. So me personally, I didn't have a roommate. So I don't really have a roommate section for this because I didn't have a roommate. I was #blessed. So I actually loved doing homework in my own room. Like I had another desk, and one of my desks I used as a little vanity, sis, and then the other desk was my study desk. I had all my homework, all my books. Another place I really liked doing homework was in my college, which is my college within the university, so my major's college. It is amazing. Like, one, we're like the only college that has free printing, so it's like, really, what's the tea? And that really stacks up, sis. We also have like Apple, so every computer that we have in there is an Apple Mac, so it's like amazing.
Can my friend Jordan come over?
No. If I was studying during the day, I was in my college. If I was studying at night, I was either in my room or in Couch Lab, which Couch Lab was really where I went if I like really didn't have hard homework to do and I just needed to finish up an assignment really quick, because Couch Lab is loud and crazy and it's just really like a social gathering, to be honest. Also, Couch Lab was closer to my dorm, so if it was really late at night and I didn't feel like walking, or if it was past 10 p.m. because that's when my college close is their computer lab, I just go to Couch Lab because it's open 24/7. So if I'm like especially during finals week or dead week, if I don't feel like, if I'm studying at night, it's the perfect place to go to. Especially the later you go, the less people that are in there. I wasn't really a library person. I literally never went to the library. I can count on one hand how many times I went to the library. It's just not my thing because I have my own room, so it's like, why do I have to walk all the way to North Oval just to study? It wasn't really my thing, but our school has a great room, which is like literally looks exactly like a Harry Potter movie from what I'm saying. I've seen one Harry Potter movie, so I'm just saying what they're saying, but it's like super quiet. Like the library by level gets quieter. So the first level is like really loud and like usually like group assignments and stuff, and then the second level is like a little bit more quiet, and then the great room is the highest level and it is like quiet. Like you can hear a pin drop, you can hear a gum wrapper drop. Just find your scene, the place that's gonna keep you the most motivated. What I didn't know and what I'm going to tell you guys is that I was shook. I didn't think attendance was mandatory in college. I planned to go like to each class once a week, do my own thing, turn in my homework online. Like I did not expect it. I walked in the class, I was shook when she was like, this class you get 3 absences after that, credit, you're getting knocked off points, or you won't get credit for the class. I was shook. I was like, are we grown? I was pissed, but it honestly is kind of a good thing because it keeps you going to class, which means you're gonna be keeping good grades and whatnot. For the classes where attendance is not mandatory though, please do not take that as an excuse to slack off, because my sociology class my first semester, attendance was not mandatory, and his class was boring. Because attendance was not mandatory, I only went to like 5 of his classes, and then I didn't show back up until the final. Like literally our midterm was online. I did that in my freaking bed, okay sis? I literally woke up, I did it, and I went back to sleep. If I had just gone to class, if I just applied myself, if I didn't slack off, I probably would have ended with an A, because it was supposed to be an easy class, and I slacked off because attendance wasn't mandatory. So that's my spiel. Just really constantly be on top of your shit, basically. And so it's really hard to schedule your classes the way you want them to, but if you can, try to not take 8 a.m.s or 9 a.m.s or anything earlier than that, because if you are not a morning person, it is ridiculously hard to get out of that. Like literally my second semester, I had a 9 a.m. sis, and I loved the class. The teacher was cool. I had a cool class. It was great. It was talking about education, race, and power, and how the system is corrupt. Like, of course, that's like my favorite class. Of course I want to drag this racist, oppressive system. Of course. But 9 a.m., I'm just not about it. I swear, everyone in that class had an attitude because it was so early. No one really wanted to be there. You know we don't want to be up this early. You know the tea. You know what the gag is. My next tip is make an associate or a friend in every class, because you never know. One day you might miss. You're gonna need the notes. You may need help with an assignment. Y'all might tag team on an assignment together. Group projects. I was not expecting to have so many dang group assignments. Like, come on, we're grown here. Why do we need to partner up in the 3 and 4s? Like, I came here to learn from my professor. Like, especially my math class, I had like literally a group assignment almost every single time I went to that class. And so I got me a little friend group in that class. We don't talk anymore though, but for that class, we were besties. We don't get caught up in having a 4.0, because as much as you want one, it is very hard, especially the higher up you go. I mean, like, sure, a 4.0 is probably the easiest time to get a 4.0 GPA is your freshman year, because the classes are generally easier. But don't get stressed out and get overwhelmed and hate yourself for it, and like isolate yourself from the entire world because you just need to get your grades up. I just felt bad for my friends that stressed so bad about them, because I'm really not a stressor, and that's probably a bad thing to an extent, but it's good also. But I just didn't really stress about my grades, because I can apply myself. I'm self-motivated. My last tip for school, I know this one was very long and just drawn out and very long and cute, but my last one is to just stay motivated and inspired. Do not forget why you came here. You're here to get an education, to get your degree, sis, to achieve your dreams. Like, just stay motivated. Don't get caught up in everything else, because it's school nonetheless. Also, stay inspired. Like, it is so easy to be like, this isn't worth it, or like, especially when you see like people making money off of YouTube or stripping, and it's just like, do I really need this degree? Do I? And maybe you don't. Maybe college isn't for you. Maybe you realize that, but a lot of the times it is for you. And I would just say to stay inspired. Like, have someone that's in your field that's successful and that just keeps motivating you, because I have that, and it is the best feeling in the world to just be like, one day that can be me if I just push myself and I keep working and I keep grinding and I stay focused. So my next section is going to be about friends. Let me tell you, sis, not everybody is your friend. You will learn that very quickly, very quickly. These people here, they are shady. They will try to one-up you in whatever way possible. If that means dragging you down so they can climb up, they will do that. Like, do not be played. 9 times out of 10, the people that you meet, your friends at the beginning of the year, those are not going to be your friends. They may be your associates by the end of your freshman year, because straight up, you meet people at the beginning of the year just to meet people. Along the time, you find out that they're actually really shady, or they're quite annoying, or they act like they're still 12. Don't get caught up in like, oh my god, I need to be friends with them forever because they were my first friends here. No, you don't, because time shows true colors. My next tip is to don't be afraid to have a lot of associates. Like, you don't need to be trusting everybody with your business, number 1, but don't be afraid to have a lot of associates. Just people that, hey, if you're in the union and you want to eat, you want to grab a bite, like, you can grab a bite with them. Or if you don't have a car and you need a ride to go get groceries or whatever, like, you can ride with them. Or if you need help doing homework and they just so happen to be in the same study room that you're in, like, don't be afraid to like have a lot of associates, but choose your friends wisely, because I was not expecting the level of messiness that I got in college. I wasn't expecting it. I thought everyone just minded their own business. They just did what they did. They had fun. You know, they wasn't worried about what the next girl was doing. So with going on that, stay away from messy females and messy dudes, because they will tell your business. Do not trust everybody with your own morning tea. Don't be telling them like, oh, I was hanging out with this dude and like nothing happened. We just chilled and watched a movie. And then the next thing you know, your business is out, but the story is completely twisted. And it's like you're hearing new stuff about you that you didn't even know. Like, that is real. People love to tell your business. And watch out for the girls, the people in general. Let me just keep it gender neutral, because messy is not a gender. Keep clear of the sneaky little people that love to be in your business. They love to get a sip of your chamomile tea, but they're stitch-lipped about their business. Like, no, this tea spilling is mutual. Like, oh, if you want to know about what I did last night, you better tell me what you did last night. If you want to hear about this dude that's been in my phone, you better tell me who is in your phone. Like, don't be trying to be all in my business, and then when I ask, you're like, because I have those people. Like, I knew things about my friends, like my close friends, and I couldn't tell them how I knew. And I would literally, like, they would be all up in my business. Like, this how much they in my business. But then when I would ask them, I'm trying to like beat around the bush, you know, because I can't be direct that I know something that they don't know that I know. And they just be like, nothing's happened. I'm just been in my room, just chilling, minding my own business. I'm literally thinking like, you think I'm stupid. That's what it is. I got stupid written right here. Is that what it is? Okay, I'm still here if you ever need me. My next and final friend tip is to just be a good friend. Like, at the end of the day, we're all in a new environment, a new space. We all have moments where we feel uncomfortable or homesick. Just be a good friend. Some people honestly just need someone to talk to. Don't listen to run and tell someone's business, but listen to actually be a good friend. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is money. So I would just say to budget. Even if your parents send you like $50 a month or every couple weeks or whatever, budget that. I don't know what it is, but when I got to college, I could make $20 stretch, sis. Buy what you need first. Don't be all up in Walmart like, oh, I really need a new wax burner. No, you don't. You better get you that dollar air freshener and keep it moving, sis. And then also try to get a job if possible, especially on campus. Like, at my school, it is literally so hard to get a job on campus. Like, I tried all year. I literally started applying for fall 2017 jobs in the summer when they opened, and I didn't get one. It was either you're not qualified. Like, how am I not qualified? I've been working since I was 15. How am I not qualified? Or they wouldn't get back to you until like December, and they'd be like, oh, the job's full, or this job is no longer available. And it's not like a normal job where you can check on the status of your application after a few days. Like, you can't call them, they have to contact you. Like, literally that happened. And then Christmas break, I applied for spring jobs, and literally, I kid you not, I got an email the last day I was on campus, literally the day I moved out, saying, oh, this job is no longer available, it's been filled. Like, of course it's not available. Like, if you can, get work study. That is probably the easiest way to get a job on campus, and try to work and save up that money. Go on your jobs, like your school's job sites. They always have job postings, or be a tutor if you're like really good in a language or a subject. Have a side hustle. There's a lot of people that do makeup, or they braid people's hair, they do sew-ins. Just find your niche. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is parties. So there are a few different types of parties. There are house parties, there are kickbacks, there are bars, and there are club parties. So house parties are parties at people's houses or apartments usually, and they're packed and they're hot and there's too many people, but they're usually the most fun because one, you don't have to pay. Two, it's like everybody that you mess with. It's not like random people that just be showing up to college camp, like college towns, just trying to act like they're 20 when they're really 30. It's really fun, but it's hot. I remember there was this one party, I literally had my hair straight, and by the end of the party, my roots were starting to revert, and I just felt like a hot, crusty mess. Like, kickbacks are obviously house parties, but they're super chill. It's like a small group of people. Usually people do like wine Wednesdays, or they have like little smoke sessions. Just something real casual. Usually kickbacks usually happen after parties, like after people leave bars or the club parties, then someone will be like after party, and it's usually like a kickback type of vibe. Like, few people are just chilling. The music is like sativa vibes. It's not like flamingo. It's just chill. Bars, I went to the bars my first semester, and bars are really fun because they're on campus corner, and people usually go like after football season. Like, football season is the best because after games the bars are super lit, especially the 18 and up ones. Like, there was the bar that all the black people was at, and it was super lit, and it was 18 and up, and you could usually find you a 21-year-old man to just, you know, go ahead and get you a little drink, you know. Not that I'm saying drink, because, but just, you know, if you do. I'm not saying I'm Miss Perfect, but if you do. And then the club parties are usually parties that people throw, and you have to pay to get in, and those are kind of fun, but depending on the venue, like if they're too big of a venue, it can look like really bland and boring. But if there's a lot of hype on social media, like those are usually the parties where people from different campuses will come. Like, there's a lot of parties where people from OSU will come, or Langston, UCO, and it's cool because you get to meet a lot of different people there. You're not just stuck with like just your school's group of people. So they can be just as fun. Usually people dress up for those parties, like heels and stuff, and it's really fun because you get to be cute. My tip for parties is to pregame if you can, because oh my god, this lighting is about to piss me off. It's like it's going like I would pregame if you can, because it saves you money, because drinks at bars and clubs, they're usually like super overpriced, and you could just pregame with your girls, get cute or whatever. And also always go with a group or at least someone else, because why would you show up to a party by yourself? Plus, if you're drinking and you're driving, you deserve to get hit in the face. I don't care who you are, I don't care. Don't do it. That's dumb, that's stupid. Just go in a group or freaking Uber. Also, just drink or use substances wisely. You know who you can trust and who you cannot trust. You can't trust everybody. You just can't. You don't know what's in that drink or what's in that, you know? Just do it wisely. I would also say, like, if you and your girls like Ubered, because I know me and my girls, we would Uber all the time. I would say call your Uber at a decent time after the after party, because you don't want to be those girls, like the 2 to 4 girls that are left at this dude's place with him and his friends, because then it's really awkward. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you can't trust every nigga. Like, you just can't. Also, just dance and have fun with your girls. Do not feel pressured to dance on a dude. And also, if you do want to dance on dudes, do not feel pressured to do anything with that dude after the party. A lot of guys think that just because you throw it back on them good at the party, they think that you're gonna be able to, that you want to throw it back on them in the sheets. Like, no, do not text me at 3 a.m. after just because I give you my snap does not mean you can shoot me a snap talking about what you're doing at 3 a.m. because the party's over. Like, no, I'm in bed. What are you doing? So my next tip is all about the boys. They are the devil. 99.9% of them are just as trash as they were in high school. Nothing changed, sis. If there was one thing that I would have known, it would have been that, because I think every girl has this idea that they're just gonna meet their hubby. Don't expect that. This is not Stomp the Yard. This is not a different world. We are not finding, we are all Whitleys, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna find our Dwayne. Just don't expect it, because you'll be hurt, sis. You'll be very disappointed. They lied to us, okay? They lied. They made us think that we were gonna find our future hubby and we were just gonna be booed up, and like, you may be booed up without a label, sis. That's probably what you're gonna get. So my next tip is, do not confuse lust with love. Like I said, a lot of guys do a lot of no strings attached. They do a lot of non-exclusive, you know, sex, and oh, like, we can kick it in the sheets, but we're not together. Don't forget, we're just friends. You do not have to feel obligated to be a part of that. Don't sign the dotted line to be his freaking buddy. But if you do, keep your feelings out of it, because he told you he didn't want a relationship, sis. Don't get your feelings hurt down the line. I've seen way too many girls, way too many of my friends who get their feelings hurt down the line because they thought they could change him. He gave you a warning, sis. Take it. And if you don't want to be a part of that, just run. There are plenty of other dudes that will probably want to have something exclusive, even if it's just talking exclusive. Like, a lot of girls, they are okay with not doing relationships. They just want you to not be freaking anybody else, you know? Like, can we be exclusively freaking? And honestly, if you choose to get your feelings involved, that's really just on you, because he gave you the warning. He said, here it is. I don't want a relationship. You can read it, digest it, understand it, whatever it takes for you to understand that. But I don't want one. If you are having sex, get tested regularly. I know on my campus we have an on-site clinic, and they give like free STD testing for like chlamydia, I think HIV. There's another one. I practiced abstinence my first year of college, so I can't relate. But if you are, go ahead and get tested, because STDs are around like the motherfucking plague. Also, don't try to settle down too early in college. I know there's this dude, and he was really trying to cuff me. And I was like, we just got here. This is our second week of school. I need at least 3 months of being single. And he was like, well, I don't want to be a part of your draft. And I was like, hey, there's the door. Like, you can exit. I don't care. I don't want a relationship with you right now. So actually never. Okay, if you do end up being in a long-term relationship and then it doesn't work out in the future, or your senior year, you are gonna look back and you're gonna think, wow, I wasted my whole entire college experience with a dude I didn't even end up with. Okay, also, just because we're considered grown does not mean these dudes have a grown mentality. They still play games. Some dudes will keep it a bill. Some dudes are grown. They'll keep it a bill. I don't want anything. Some dudes, they will play you. They will fool you. They will trick you into thinking they want something more. But I just need to taste the poon off first. That's how they do it. And then they just play you and they're like, I don't know why you thought I wanted a relationship. You're crazy. You're a hoe. You're this, you're that. And then you looking stupid. Protect yourself. Do not just be trusting every single dude, because honestly, sex trafficking is real, okay? Like, I literally, there's this dude, I had him on Snapchat. I had never seen him in person before. I didn't even know he went to OU. I'm not even sure how we got each other on Snapchat. But he would always swipe up on my stories like, hey, come over. Like, we can chill, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I would literally be like, oh, you should really go out sometime. Like, I need to see you in person. And then finally I was like, I just really need to meet you in person because you could be a sex trafficker. I straight up said that. And he was like, that's crazy, but honestly, good point. And I was like, thank you. I know. He's not. I know him now, but like, you just never know. They are just as messy as females. Drake said, these dudes really talk more than these females. I'm not joking. Like, there are some dudes I would never mess with on any type of level because they tell all their friends their business, and then suddenly you're either off limits for the rest of your college career, even though y'all messed around your freshman year. So just make sure you're messing with the right ones. Like, some dudes are stitch-lipped and some dudes aren't, and they just love to run their mouth because they want people knowing that their body count is 35 for whatever reason. Obviously, just be smarter than them, because don't let them run game on you. If anything, you need to be running game on them, sis. Also, watch out for the seniors because they love freshmen. Also, not all guys that you meet in college are trash. Some of them are actually really sweet. Some of them like being in relationships. Some of them want to be in a relationship with you, and then they just get caught up in the stereotypes that all dudes are trash, because then you meet the dudes that have horrible reps, that run game on girls, that are in relationships but still try to mess with you, that are simply just trying to freak you, that think this is a game. You will get caught up in that. Every single last one of them I encountered at least one. So, and lastly, do not let them distract you from the reason why you are here. I know some girls that, like, they got their heart broken by a dude that already told them they didn't want a relationship, that made them out to look like hoes, that played them like they were stupid, and then they hated it. They stopped doing things on campus. They stopped going out. Like, live your life, do good in school. Like, just because, like, I get it, you're hurt, you have every reason to be hurt because he made you out to look stupid. Don't let that distract you from the reason why you're there. You're there to get a college degree. So my last section is going to be all about you. What do you need to do to make your college experience the best you ever had? Tip number one is to be social, especially when you go to a big campus. You can feel very insignificant when you go to a big school. I promise. It's super easy, especially because you've never been here. You don't know anybody. Be social. If parties aren't your thing, join clubs, join organizations. Like, there are so many. There are so many related to just being a freshman. I was a part of the freshman action team. There are ones related to your race. Like, I'm a part of BSA. I'm a part of Women of Power. There's some related to your major. Like, I'm a part of OU Nightly, which is like a student-run broadcast show. I'm a part of NABJ, which is the National Association for Black Journalists. Like, there's literally everything for you to be involved on campus, to get your name out there, to feel less insignificant. So just take advantage of those clubs and just get out of your room. I hate people that just sit in their dorm. Like, if I stayed in my dorm, my little 4x4 prison cell, I would hate it here too. Just make smart decisions because your reputation really does follow you. I know a dude, and he's a junior, and I met him, and he seemed like a really great guy, but he has a terrible rep from his freshman year, and because of that, he just can't live it down. Like, he just can't. And just know, especially if you're involved, like, and you're like a minority on a campus, like, the circle is already small. It's basically a family. So your reputation will follow you. You are the boss of you, okay? Your parents are not down the street. Your parents do not live with you. They are not down the street from you. They cannot make you do anything. Try not to go home so much. I know like people get homesick, but you're here to live and find yourself, and you can't do that when you keep going home. You need to tell yourself, is going over this dude's house at this hour a smart idea? Should I be studying? Should I go to this party? Chances are you're gonna do it anyways, but you're gonna have to be responsible for the actions and the consequences of those decisions. You cannot blame anybody else but yourself. You have to be the one to tell yourself, oh, I need to study, oh, I need to eat, or maybe I should go to sleep. Like, you are the boss of you. If you do make bad decisions, like, it's not the end of the world. We're all human. We're in college, we're finding ourselves. Like, don't dwindle on your mistakes that you made your freshman year, because we're human, we make mistakes. I would also allow time to like self-reflect, because again, like I've said many times in this video, you find yourself in college. College is the perfect time to rebrand yourself. Like, high school can be very like stereotypical, like I gotta be like this, I gotta be a cheerleader, I gotta be a football player, in the debate club, I gotta be a band person. Like, no, college is the time to find yourself. I have a friend, and she was like at a suburb school, and she basically only hung out with white people, and she got here and she instantly started hanging out with black people because that's what she wanted. She wanted to be a part of her community, to like be surrounded by people that look like her. It's a time to rebrand yourself, and therefore you need to reflect. You need to know who you are as a person. You need to know yourself better than other people know you, because you will get stuck up in the rumors that people make about you, and you can't. You got to be focused on you. Finally, for the you part, college is what you make it out to be. If it's fun for you, that's because you made it fun. If you dwelled and all you did is hate on it and complained, that is all on you. It's how you make it. You have to decide, do I want to be social, or do I want to be cooped up in my room for 4 years? Like, you are responsible for the turnout of your college experience, and that's really the tea of it all. The next thing I wanted to hit on is just mental health, because mental health in college is terrible. Like, it's stress about everything. Like, stress like if you're gonna fit in, if the people that you hang out with are gonna like you, stress about school and grades and your GPA and your scholarship and money and just everything, boys, relationships, dating, like literally everything in college. It's like, on top of school, I am stressed about literally everything else. It's so stressful. You need to learn to deal with stress the right way. Do not fall into bad habits. Don't pull out a handle of alcohol every single time you're stressed out and walk around campus with your breath smelling funky. Like, I swear college made me miss my family. Like, I enjoyed talking to them like a lot more. I found myself missing them. They helped me with stress. I'm already a Christian, but college really brought out the spiritual side of me. Like, I was constantly praying. Like, I had breakdowns all the time where I would just talk to God. Like, cope with stress the right way. There are always somebody to talk to. Like, someone that's your friend could probably be dealing with the same thing as you, or you can go to the therapist that's in the clinic. College is hard. It's fun. Don't get fooled. It is stressful in all aspects, in every single way, and everyone just needs someone to talk to. So, if it's God, if it's a friend, if it's a therapist, whatever helps you. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more college type videos, then comment them down below. I can do a college Q&A video for you guys if you guys want me to be a little bit more, specific. I can. You guys can comment questions down below, or I could do like just a generic Q&A video about me, and you guys can comment questions down below. I've been wanting to do a Q&A for a while, but I never get asked questions, but I never ask people to ask me questions. So, or any other video related to college or non-related to college, just about life, just about me, just about whatever, I'll do that for you guys. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Go ahead and subscribe. I don't know how you made it this far without subscribing. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.